None of the evidence that has developed since trial has led us away from that conclusion, but he is guilty of this crime.
They're still trying to kill me for something I had nothing to do with.
Rodney Reed, murderer and rapist, or wrongly convicted on death row. This is a case we've been following for 2 decades. And now we've partnered with the team at Crime Watch Daily for a closer look.
Who strangled 19-year-old Stacy Stites and dumped her body deep in the Lost Pines of Bastrop County in 1996? Last year, I interviewed Reed on death row, where he continues to maintain his innocence, where right now he is still waiting to learn his fate. And new tonight, we are hearing from a woman who served on the jury that convicted Reed in Stacy Stites' murder, plus the victim of another person of interest in this case, Stacy's fiance, former Giddings and Georgetown police officer Jimmy Fennell.
I have questions now about whether Rodney was really guilty.
They are stunning words from this juror.
I voted guilty.
A woman who voted to convict Rodney Reed and wants to conceal her identity.
I stand by the decision because I made it based on the evidence that was presented and what I knew at the time.
The evidence, Reed's DNA found inside and on Stacy's body. He says they had consensual sex the night before her murder.
Since then, there have been a lot of things that I've learned in that 20 years or heard about that have made me wonder if Rodney was framed.
Rodney Reed, framed, has been a theory almost since the moment the jury found him guilty.
If you did not kill Stacy, who do you think did?
The evidence points to one person. The time frame what these doctors come up with points to one person. And all you have to do is read that information and you'll know exactly who that person is.
Jimmy Fennell.
Exactly.
Jimmy Fennell, the man Stacy was going to marry. Fennell was a Giddings police officer when Stacy was murdered. Investigators initially considered him a person of interest, but then ruled him out, saying her time of death would not have allowed him to kill her, dump her body, and then return home. Fast forward to 2007, Fennell had become a police officer with Georgetown PD.
He took his gun out. He placed it against my head. He pulled my pants down.
Connie Lear says Fennell sexually assaulted her. She is speaking about her encounter with the police officer who gave her a ride to a hotel after she and her boyfriend got into an argument.
He just kept telling me to shut up. He asked me to dance for him, and I told him no. When I told him no, he got mad, and he grabbed me and slammed me up against the back of his car where the trunk is. I kept telling him to stop, but he just told me to shut up, that I knew I liked it. He handed me one of his cards and told me that his kid had a soccer game the next day, and when he got done, he wanted to see me again, and that if I told anybody that he'd hunt me down when he got out of prison and kill me.
But as soon as he dropped her off, she called 911. Fennell struck a plea deal, 10 years in prison, where he remains convicted of kidnapping and improper sexual contact with a person in custody.
Rodney Reed is also still behind bars. Last year, his execution was put on hold temporarily because the court decided to allow a review of new evidence from his attorneys.
New witnesses had come forward. The time of Stacy's death came into question, and there were requests for more DNA testing.
And the appeals court decision is still pending on that review. We have detailed all of that in our interactive feature online, Murder in the Lost Pines. We took a digital approach to the murder and the characters who make up this case. Video interviews with Stacy's mother and co-workers in the hours after her body was found. A deeper look at the new evidence and a timeline of the crime and conviction. Plus, conversations with both Rodney and Stacy's families. Murder in the Lost Pines, linked in this story on the homepage of KXAN.com right now.